Good morning, friends. So day 106, Tuesday, I hiked back into Orleans, California, back to the post office just to find out, of course, that it wasn't there. My package was not there. I didn't expect it to be there. I really didn't expect it to be there until Thursday, hopefully. Wednesday at the earliest, but probably Thursday. Um, so yeah, so what I had to do was, um, I well, first of all, it was hot as it was one of the hottest days I can remember in a really long time. So hot. So I spent most of midday, just chilling under the bridge down by the Klamath River, and I ate some food and just chilled for most of the day. My plan was to just get out of town into the national forest, find water, and somewhere where I can camp legally. Just set up camp for however long it takes for my package to arrive. Uh, so I think probably around like 3 or 4 in the early evening when it was like super hot, I started to walk out of town, and um, I got I'd say about a mile, maybe 25 minutes worth of walking before somebody pulled over, and he asked me, what did he ask me? It was very random. Mm. Oh, he asked me if I needed a ride, right? And I said, um, well, I just told him my story. Like, I told him that, about the post office and how I was waiting for the post office and how I'm just trying to find somewhere to camp, set up camp for a few days. And then kept asking me like, oh, if I knew where I was going, and I was like, no, like I'm just going into the national forest to find somewhere to set up camp. And then he asked me again. He asked me if I knew exactly where I was going, and I was like, no, just into the national forest. I'm gonna find a spot, you know. And then he asked me if I needed water, and it's 1,000,000 degrees outside. So I'm like, yeah, if you have water handy, I could use some. And then he goes, well, I have water at my house, and you could fill it up in the faucet. And I don't know, like I just kind of got a vibe from this dude, and I don't know. I consume enough like true crime content to know that you gotta listen to your gut, and I don't know. I got a weird vibe from this dude. Luckily, somebody pulled up right behind, right at that moment, and I just kind of stepped back and was like, "Oh no, thank you. I'm fine on water. Have a good day." And then he drove off, and I continued to walk. I just entered the like national forest boundary when another car stopped, and he asked me the exact same question if I needed a ride, and I told him the exact same words that I told the other guy about my situation, what I was trying to do. And then he said, "Well, I have a suggestion." I was like, "Okay, what's your suggestion?" And his suggestion was, well, he told me that he has property not far from there on the creek, and he actually just sold it and is moving to Nevada, and he needs some help, like cleaning up the property a bit. He said just a few hours of work, and he would pay me, and I could set up camp on his property, and then he would actually take me into into town to the post office on Thursday to check on my package because he was going into town Thursday anyways. So, first of all, I got a far, far better vibe off of this guy than the last guy. This guy, I ended up hopping in his truck and going to his property, and his name is David. And David, it just ended up being just a perfect situation. He needed a little bit of help. I wasn't doing anything, and I needed somewhere to camp, and I needed water, and he had both. So it really worked out. I hopped in David's truck, and he took me to his property, and he showed me around his property a bit. It was really cool. It is a nice, cute little property. I guess he'd been living there for, he said 40 years. David's like in his mid to late 70s, but he told me that he's gonna try to make it into his 90s. And I said, go for it, man. That's what's up. And yeah. So once he showed me around. He showed me a spot down by the creek where I could set up my tent, and that's what I did. I set it up and went to sleep. Yep. So that was the second day that I was stuck in New Orleans, but I had a spot now. All right, that's it for today. Good night. I love you.